6:49, this is your morning in 8 minutes. Today is a first alert weather day. Whitney Turner is tracking any issues on your morning drive.
And we do want to start with Chief Meteorologist Heather Haley, tracking a lot of rain and storms on this first alert weather day. Good morning, Heather.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, we've already had at least some bands of rain and storms, but really a lot more fills in, and that's where that excessive rainfall risk comes into play for some isolated flooding concerns. We've had a lone brief flash flood warning in Claiborne to Hancock to Hawkins to Granger County earlier, but you can see even where we had that band of moderate to isolated heavier rain. Now look at this leading edge here. More coming in, spreading out today. Right now it's still some moderate rain in parts of Oak Ridge, East Knox to Granger County to Greenville. We've got some more rain filling in right now, Jamestown to Monticello. So I'm going to add up what's still on the way for you here in a moment.
Heather, thanks. New that this morning, a Hamlin County man is behind bars after trying to force his way into his sister's home with a chainsaw just before he burned it to the ground.
His sister, her husband, and their 13-year-old son were in the home when it happened early yesterday morning. And officials say when Brian Walker couldn't get in the home, he set it on fire and waited outside with a chainsaw. Investigators say the family escaped through a basement door, but found the tires on their vehicles slashed. In addition to attempted first-degree murder, Walker's charged with aggravated assault, kidnapping, and arson. He's waiting trial in Hamlin County after his bond was denied. The home is a total loss.
And representatives for JL Ranch Adventure Park are responding to claims of animal neglect and abuse. We do want to warn you, some of these images we're going to show you can be hard to look at.
Several former employees tell us they witnessed horses not being properly fed and overworked. A video we took shows some horses' scars and sores, and officials with the park say these images only show a limited glimpse of their horse population. And the horses are older with pre-existing conditions. The Tennessee Department of Agriculture is not releasing many details about the case. Former employees have reached out saying they witnessed neglect and mistreatment of the horses, and the state is not finished with its investigation. Officials visited the ranch Tuesday. They'll be back on Friday to complete their investigation. And we'll continue to follow this story, update you on the state's investigation. Just head to our WVLT News app. The man accused of stealing $14,000 worth of lawn care equipment in Parrotsville is now charged.
We brought you this story 2 weeks ago. A family business in Cott County had that equipment stolen from their home. Fleming McNutt of Greene County was taken into custody yesterday. Police say he's involved in more than one theft. A lawnmower, trailer, weed eater, a chainsaw, and a leaf blower were all taken from the home in Parrotsville. The equipment's how the family who lives here makes a living. McNutt faces theft and burglary charges.
Today, special primary and general elections are being held to fill state representative seats.
Representatives Justin Jones and Justin Pearson from Nashville and Memphis are hoping to reclaim their legislative seats after they were expelled for their involvement in a gun control protest on the House floor. Both representatives won primary elections last month. Today, Jones will run against Republican opponent Laura Nelson. Pearson will face Jeff Johnston, who's running as an independent. A special general election for disgraced former Representative Scotty Campbell's seat in House District 3 is also happening today. Campbell resigned in April after violating the legislature's sexual harassment policy. A special election in House District 51 for the late Rep. Bill Beck is scheduled for today as well. Happening today, Knoxville's Community Development Corporation set to break ground on the first phase of the transformation of Western Heights.
It's an initiative to overhaul Knoxville's largest public housing community. The groundbreaking starts at 10:30 today. In the first phase, officials say between 80 and 120 new housing units will be built. There will be 4 phases total, transforming the affordable housing site and the surrounding neighborhood. Upgrades will be made to about 12 of the buildings in Western Heights. The ceremony will be on Vermont Avenue, street parking is available.
And the school year is officially underway for some students in East Tennessee.
Yeah, if you're in Roane or Hamlin County or Clinton, you're probably getting your kids ready for their first day today. We hope they have a great day. Here's a look at when other school districts head back. Anderson County's first full day of classes is today as well. Claiborne, Jefferson, Granger County schools return on Monday. Knox County goes back next Tuesday. Sevier County schools go back Wednesday. There's several more school districts in our area. We can't list them all here on air, but we've got a full list in our WVLT News app. And if your child still needs school supplies, Campbell County Sheriff's Office wants to help. The 2023 school supply giveaway is this morning at the Campbell County High School from 9 until noon while supplies last. If you can't make it today, another giveaway is happening tomorrow morning at Jellicoe High School. That is at the same time. If you ever wanted to work at Dollywood, the highly anticipated Dollywood's Heartsong Lodge and Resort is hiring.
The resort opens this fall, and the first hiring event is happening today. It's from noon to 4. Resort officials are preparing for the first big day by hiring more than 250 positions, both part-time for students and full-time careers. The long list of open positions includes spots in security, the restaurant, and the lodge. If you can't make it today, they're going to have more opportunities throughout the month. You can see all the open jobs in the As Seen On section of your WVLT News app.
It is 6:54. We do want to get a look at your first alert traffic with Whitney.
Give yourself plenty of time to get where you're going safely on this first alert weather day. We're already seeing those wet streets impacting your commute, including on I-40 just east of the Asheville Highway. Take it slow, increase your following distance, and be cautious out on these roadways. That visibility could be impacted as well. So make sure your headlights are on if your windshield wipers are on. Your views are varying a little bit. Taking a look at I-40 right around Cedar Bluff, you can see that volume is starting to build in ahead of that morning rush. Do want to give yourself plenty of time. Ahead of that, good news in Cumberland County. That vehicle fire on I-40 eastbound just west of Plateau Road is clear. All lanes are back open as you are traveling through Cumberland County in that area. We're not following any major issues on those roadways, but you do want to be careful.
7:55. Yeah, caution is definitely a must on this first alert weather day. I know that Whitney will continue to keep an eye on those roads for you as it becomes rainy over the next several hours, kicking off those concerns with your morning commute forecast. But I want to point out that you could have lingering issues even into your evening commute. So that's where the rain coverage may be decreasing, but any leftover high water could still be a concern. So make sure you're using caution all day today. Maybe pack your lunch because we officially start that first alert weather day at the top of the next hour as this more widespread rain comes in, now that we've already set the stage with some moderate rain and isolated heavier downpours. Temperatures still around the low 70s Plateau, mid 70s Valley, upper 60s to around 70 north and east. Will cool things down as that rain spreads out and basically leave it cool all day as it leaves us rainy. Going up to an 80% coverage, increasing now to heavier downpours. Rumbles of thunder will be hanging out around the low to mid 70s all day. So here's a quick look at how much more rain is still on the way. Zooming in here, look at this band of very heavy rain in parts of Knox, Blunt, Sevier, Loudoun, Roane, and Anderson. Those are some of those spots that are concerning. That's why you could be fine at work, but not on that afternoon or evening commute, getting some of those heavier downpours along the Tennessee-Kentucky line and far northeast Tennessee as well. So obviously a lot of live tracking for you coming up on the CW. At least we are decreasing the coverage for tomorrow and into the weekend, so there is an end in sight.
That's always nice, that's for sure. And remember, slow down out there. Be careful around school zones. Not used to those after a long summer break. We got 2 more hours over on WVXX, and we'll be back here at 9 o'clock on WVLT. Have a good day.